Today we're going to make this cute heart bag that kind of looks like an envelope for Valentine's Day. I'm Rose and welcome to my channel. Look at the heart bag. I decided to try this Yarn Bee mini maker in the ivory color and in the hot pink color. You will also need a crochet hook. I'm using 5mm, a pair of scissors, and a needle. We are first going to make the heart. So you're going to take the color that you are making your heart. In my case, it's hot pink. And we are going to make a magic circle and chain 1. Now we are going to work 11 double crochets into the center of the magic ring. Sometimes if you pull it a little tighter, it's easier to work with. Nine, 10, 11. It tight, and then we are going to make a slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. For round 1, you're going to chain 1, and we are going to, in this first stitch, place a single crochet, and in the second stitch we are going to place 8 double crochets. 2, 6, 7, 8. And so that's going to be the top of our heart. And then we are going to place in the next stitch a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then a half double crochet followed by a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and then we're going to make a double crochet and a half double crochet into the next in the same stitch. So that is 1/2 of the heart, and we are going to work our way up, and we're going to place a half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and now 8 double crochets into the next stitch. Seven, 8, and you should be back up at the top. In this next stitch, we're going to place a single crochet, and then in this stitch where we started, this should be your chain 1, and we are going to make a slip stitch. So that is going to be your heart, the beginning of your heart for round 2. For round 2, we're going to chain 1, and we are going to place single crochets into the first 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochets into the 4th stitch. And now we're going to place single crochets all the way around, or all the way down until we get to the bottom. And when you come to where it forms the point, we're just going to chain 1 and go into the next stitch, to the next stitch. And then we will single crochet all the way back up. Until we get to the so 1, 2, 3, and then when we get to this 4th one on the other side, we're going to place 2 single crochets into that stitch, and then continue with single crochets until the end, and into your chain 1 we are going to slip stitch. So this is what we have so far. For round 3, this is optional, but I would like it to pop out just a little bit, so I'm just going to chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch into each stitch all the way around. If you do not want to do this, then you will just skip this and go to round 4. And then when you come to the last stitch, slip stitch in, and that is the completion of our heart. For round 4, we're going to switch colors, and we want this to be the top of our granny square instead, so that the heart will stay, it will look like a heart in the back. So we're going to attach our ivory color, however you like to do it, and we are going to chain 3, and now we are going to do a treble stitch, which means that we're going to get yarn over twice, and then we want to come down so that this will form the top of the heart, and then we'll do our treble stitch, and then since this is going to be the corner, we're going to chain 2, and then place another treble stitch right back into the same stitch. And then we're going to place another treble stitch into the same bottom stitch. So this is going to be our corner. And now we are going to work into the back so that this kind of pops out. So into these back 2 stitches. So into the first stitch, we're going to place a double crochet. In the second stitch, a double crochet. And then into the third, we're going to do a half double crochet. And then we're going to do half double crochet. So we're going to place 6 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And into the 7th stitch, we are going to place our next corner. So we're going to do a double crochet, or 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. Now we're going to work half double crochets all the way down. And we're going to do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to add our next corner, which is a double crochet. We'll place 2 double crochets into the same stitch, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets into the same stitch again. And then 6 half double crochets, four, 5, 6, and then our last corner, we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets into the same stitch again. And now our last 6 stitches, half double crochets. Four, 5, 6. And then we're going to find the top of our treble, or our 3 stitches, or chain 3, and then this is going to start our granny stitch. square. And then this is going to be the top. And for round 5, we are going to chain 2, and then we're going to place a half double crochet into this first stitch. And now we're back at the corner, and we're going to place 2. I'm going to change them to half double crochets. You can keep them double crochets if you like. I'm going to place 2 half double crochets into the top, into this stitch, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets. And the only reason I'm switching to half double crochets because it's just going to make it easier than switching back and forth every time. So that's going to make your corner, and then we're going to place half double crochets all the way to the next corner. And then when you get to this last one, there should be 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. When you get to the corner, you're going to place 2 half double crochets into the corner, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets into the corner again. And then you're going to work all the way around until you come back to the chain 2, and you're going to place a slip stitch. So I'll meet you back at the beginning. You come to the end, you should have a 9 on this last side. Also, we're going to come to the top of the chain 2 and place a slip stitch. And then also we can cut the pink because it is just getting in the way. I can't find my scissors, so I will cut that. And then round 6, we're going to chain 2, and then we are going to place half double crochets into the next 2 stitches. And then in the corner stitch, we're going to make our corner with 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets. And then we are going to follow this pattern all the way until we get to round 9, and then we will finish off the granny square. So I will meet you at the end of round 9. That will give us 5 rounds of the ivory color. So I'll see you at the end of round 9. I just wanted to add that you are going to have 12 on each side on this round. So you want to make sure that you have 12 for each side, which this side is the hardest because we have to make sure that we get all these little stitches in there. So each round is going to be going up by 3 each time, so it should be 12, 15, 18, and then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we should end about 18 in each on each side. So I will see you at the end of round 9. come to the end, you're just going to go into your last stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of your chain 2, and then your granny square should be all done. And then I'm going to cut my end and tie it off. Here is the heart granny square, and then we're just going to flip it over. If you would like to tuck these first, you can. I'm just going to kind of show you how we're going. We're going to, this is the top. The top of your heart is going to be the flap that comes over. So we're going to bring up the bottom, and then we're going to bring in these two sides. So it's going to kind of look like an envelope, and then I'll flip it over so you can see, and then it's going to be the heart on this side. So, but you're going to actually go inside, go the other way. That's what it's going to look like in the end. But for now, we're going to, because I am going to stitch this on the inside. So I'm going to get my pearl color, and I'm going to start at the end right here. And I'm going to use single crochets all the way up. So I'm going to bring these two sides together, and then it's going to, I'm going to bring these together. So I'll start here. And I'm just going to work single crochets all the way up this side. And make sure you're on the inside of the bag, because we're going to flip it. And then these two will come up here. And then I'm going to connect the top of these. So here is like where the corners would be. So I'm going to go into, I'm not going to stitch it into the big circle. I'm going to just go into the stitches. To connect them. And then I'm going to add one more, I believe. We'll look at it and see how it looks. Yeah. So that's going to connect like that, and we'll just bring it down to make sure it will. Remember, this is where we're going to add the button, and then we'll cut this side. And then knot it, and then we'll stitch this side. last one. I'm just going to go in here. I wasn't sure if that was a stitch or not, but alright. And then I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to tuck all my ends in, but we're going to flip it to look like this. And that is what it's going to look like in the end. And then I'm going to add my button. I'm going to add my button right on with one of these tails, so I don't have to have 2 more tails to tuck. So let me get my button and I will show you how to add the button. I got my button. You need about an inch button, and I switched my needle to make sure that it will go through one of the holes, and I'm just going to add it on to one of the tails. And then I'm just going to pull it up through the back, and what was it? You could do that once or twice depending on how you feel. I'll just do it twice so that it will not fall off. And then I will knot it with the back, and then I will tuck it, and then that's what it's going to look like. And I will show you the end result when I get all of my tails tucked. Alright, here is the bag all tucked. This is the inside. I am going to tell you it took me about 5 minutes to tuck all my ends. It's never fun, but I'll tell you something that helps to tuck them is to get a needle. This isn't a wool needle, but so I also recommend a wool needle. Get one with the opening that's a little bit bigger so that you're not fighting with the yarn to get in the needle every time. So that seems to help it go a little bit faster. And then I try to tuck all my ends into the seam. So if it's like way up here, I try to leave enough that I can like work it down and into the seam, so if it does come undone it won't be seen. But here is the bag all finished. Put the button with the heart. I think it turned out so cute, and it does not take very long to put together. So I hope you enjoyed making this little heart bag with me, or envelope, because I think this looks like an envelope. You could even make it a little bit bigger and put like some Valentine candy in there, something cute to give away. I think these are so cute. So I hope you enjoyed making this with me today, and until next time, eat, sleep, pray, and crochet. Thank you so much for watching.